Good morning, you bad, beautiful bitches. We are here. Normal cast today. Colin Began, Ashley D'Amato, a.k.a. Love my life, future wife. We don't know. Best friend. What's the deal? We were talking about the do's and don'ts of dating. All right? Mm-hmm. So prepare to be dazzled. Strap in. This is No Limit Podcast. You, before we get to the do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
One, great shirt.
Say the same.
Phenomenal outfit today.
The champs 4 for $25.
You bet your sweet
All
ass.
whites and blacks.
You can't go wrong.
2 whites and 2 blacks.
You're not going to turn down a deal.
No.
Are you?
No.
That would be
the
rude.
Same shirt probably once every 2 weeks.
I don't want to lose money on it. You got to buy.
Well, 4 for $25.
Well, you and
It's
I.
going to shrink if you dry that.
Yeah, you can't.
So
You can't just heads
so
up.
they're going to fit the same.
Gone through 4, and I was like, okay, clearly the dryer is the issue here.
But if they still have the 4 for $25, instead of just throwing it in the dryer, just go get another 4 for $25.
You look great. That's a great
you
outfit.
look phenomenal.
And, and we're both trying to keep up with you.
Ash, you look amazing too.
Bury her in
Jesus Christ.
compliments.
You
Look
want
at
me
these.
to, like,
Oh my
leave?
God,
Like,
leather pants.
You guys can just have the show.
Did you bring your own Windex for these pants? These things are wild, sticky stuff. Huh?
nice.
Okay, you look dapper. You look really good.
Look at
You
us.
had something going on with your car though. Before we get into it, what's going
Yeah,
on?
dude. The other week, I left Eli Road, and
Classic.
I was a little late on the registration, like to renew
How
the
late?
registration.
Yeah, it's a little.
by like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing crazy, right? So this car pulls behind me on 95, and I know I'm not speeding, I'm not recklessly driving, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm in the slow lane because I had to take the exit. And this guy gets behind me, and I know he's reading my plates. And then the lights come on. And this has happened to me like not recently, but like in the past, where you get pulled over, the cop will be like, hey, fix your shit. You know what I mean? By Monday, and I'll write you a ticket. This guy was like, yo, let me see what's going on with your registration. I'm on the side of 95, dude. He just, as soon as he comes back to my window, I'm talking to him, and I look forward, and there's just the tow truck pulling up on the side of the highway.
Damn.
And he's like, yeah, man, nothing I could do with the fucking body cams, and I got the cam
yeah,
rolling.
yeah.
Can't just let you go. And I would, so pretty much took the car, went to the
Did he leave
impound
you on the highway?
Went to the impound in Lawrence. No, I jumped in with the tow driver. He dropped me off at the Dunkin' Donuts in Lawrence. He's like, drop you off at Dunk's. I was like, great. So now I'm in Lawrence or whatever, but my parents are in Methuen, so I was like, it makes sense to just call them to have me pick me up, but that was like hesitant towards that. So I call my mother because I'm like, she's not going to be with my dad, right? And like my mom picks up, she goes, hey, what's up? You're on the speaker. It's me and your father. I was like, okay.
Never mind. Forgot why I was calling.
Never
Click.
mind. Just want to let you guys know I'm here.
What's up?
I love you. Thanks.
Yeah.
But told them, they picked me up, dude. It was an arm and a leg to get it out of the impound. Had to do the whole registration. But isn't that crazy though? Took my car on the side of the highway, and there's just me standing there.
He probably came up to your car and was like,
Well, dude, you
why
should have
is your
seen,
whole
you should
life
have
in this
seen him
car?
looking in. He was like, okay, buddy.
best thing ever is when
Like, what the hell? I should have took that and used it to my advantage. Buddy, can't you see I fucking live here?
I live here.
You can't just take my
this.
house.
This is I pay property taxes for this
so
thing.
it was tough, dude. That was tough.
One of the greatest memories I have of us leaving a bar late night. It's the three of us.
Oh, yeah.
We're calling Ubers. No Ubers are showing
Well, the
up
best
whatsoever.
was you kept saying for like 20 minutes, you're like, yeah, no Ubers are showing. And Colin's like, huh. And we're like
Looks
waiting
like
for
we'll
Colin.
have another drink. I
Colin,
guess.
We're waiting for you to be like, oh, well, like, I'll drive
Colin, be like, yeah,
here.
well, try Lyft. Try doing Lyft.
Oh, I know, because
And
my
then-
car was there. I was like, oh,
and then sure enough, it's like closing call, lights come on,
like,
2
I got room for
a.m.
one.
We go to Colin's car.
If they really know me, too. You gotta really know me.
I was
Getting
in
this car.
tears. It's nothing funny about the car. The car's fine.
Car's
Yeah.
great.
It's
It
a
runs
great
like a
car.
dream.
Everything, it's a great car. Everything Colin owns is tucked away in this car.
Dude, I went through a pretty difficult moment in my life like a couple months ago, and I had to pack up everything and fucking leave. And then I came back, and I just didn't fully unpack everything, which is great because when I come here and I have a night in Southie and I
Right.
just stay with Kyle,
You're good to
Yeah.
go.
it's like, well, what are you gonna wear tonight? Like, don't worry about
How's
it.
this
my
tuxedo?
whole
Don't
closet
even
back
worry
there.
about it. I got a new jacket, new shirt, everything.
We open the door to Colin's car. Papers are coming
Oh my
out.
God, just roll it
The
out.
wind's
yeah.
blowing really loud.
It's from my last job.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot in
That
there. There's like
was-
memories in there. If you dig around, you're like,
Oh,
wow,
wow.
this shirt.
Wow.
Forgot about this shirt.
That's, you know.
It was kind of like, in
embarrassing.
Halloween Town, where like everything that gets lost goes to that guy's house. It was just like in Colin's car.
It's like a dump it to crumpet situation, and Colin's the
I
Grinch.
still dream you
Everything's
guys
there.
got home in one piece. No?
We-
Jesus.
We had old snacks in there.
I was so
Right.
appreciative. I thought I was sleeping at Loco. Honestly,
you
it was
know,
awesome.
That is what it is. We're coming from Southie.
That's
Yeah,
classic.
right.
Well, that's maybe where we start with this thing.
Right.
The do's and don'ts of dating is the theme, right?
Okay.
Right.
We wanted to have this episode because we got a couple, Ashley and I, right? We
Yeah.
got single Colin,
Yeah.
corporate Colin.
What's up?
You know, so good dichotomy here in conversation.
Right.
Speaking about that, because I got a lot of messages last week. Corporate Colin is single.
Yeah.
I posted
Yeah,
a
very
picture
single.
last
A lot
of
week
DMs,
and
yeah.
lots
What were
of
they
DMs.
saying?
Yeah, a lot of people
Okay.
confirming is he single?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which so hello.
Turn red over here. Look at me. Jesus Christ.
We might find love. This is big.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
I know we've talked about this before, and maybe we'll just quickly glance over it again.
Yeah.
Probably the don't of finding love might be the location you're fishing.
Right.
Obviously,
But you want to show, well, we know people.
Right,
You want to say
that's,
hello. It'll be rude to
right.
just pass through Southie and not say hi to the people we know.
It'd be
Right,
honest.
right.
It'd be inappropriate.
It'd be
you know? But it'd be
inappropriate.
refreshing to try a new spot at the same time.
Right,
You know.
Right.
What if we
Ladies
take
here-
all those people into the new spot?
Right. Well, they're working. It's always
In
the
Southie.
bartenders. It's
Yeah.
shout out to Gino and Tyler. How you doing? We'll see you tonight, sir.
Oh my god! From a woman's
geez.
perspective,
Yeah.
When you're out and about, are you cringing at the thought of someone? Think back to when you were single.
Yep.
You know, are you cringing at the thought of some dude walking up to you?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Now I know it's probably granted, it's just Ashley speaking.
Right. No.
'Cause
Well,
some girls probably love
I
it.
am.
Guys, don't dig too deep. It's just Ashley.
Yeah, I know. Like,
But what's your because you know everyone's got their own thoughts. What's
well,
your
I think it's the way people go about things. One, like a lot of guys come off way too cocky, and then there's also a level of like kind of not being confident enough. Of course, like don't look at me across the bar and be like that's weird.
Really? Because that's my
weird.
move. Okay.
Well, we're gonna work on it. But then there's that other thing, like when people come up to the bar and it's like, oh, I got you this. It's like,
Well, that's weird.
Cool, I
Because you
don't
don't know
want
what's
that.
in there.
no?
Right,
That
right.
sounds
my whole
Roofies,
thing
no
was like,
go.
if someone had come up to me, and this is honestly kind of why Kevin and I worked, but it was just not at a bar because of like lockdown. Don't
what?
come up to me. What?
What was I didn't just catch? It was where?
At
Your
a
what
bar.
hurts?
Guys, but like, don't come up to me being like, "Damn, you look hot tonight." Like, please leave.
Damn, Izzy, you look good, girl.
So no compliment.
Really, nothing on like your body, your looks, your nothing. You're here, you're there. Come up and like have a conversation with me. Let me know like there's a brain cell floating around in there.
What's like a good one-liner? You think?
I don't know. That's why I turned everyone down before they got to the one-liners.
That's what I like to hear. That was a test and you passed. Good job.
All right, so as
Wow.
a female, what's like a hard do not? Like there's one thing if a guy comes up to you, it's like no questions asked, you're a squid.
Right?
Like
yeah.
you can't do
It
that.
would
What's
be
your
the-
one thing?
Saying like, "Damn girl, you look good tonight." I'm like, "Great, I know that."
Colin's
Like,
like,
I know
go
that.
up to the
next girl, I see you look horrible.
Yeah,
right, Jesus.
a little bit,
Didn't work.
a little bit
Yeah.
of a balance there.
No, I hear you.
You can give
So,
a
yeah.
compliment without it being like, you know.
So ideally, what would be like? You're single, hypothetically, right? Because we obviously know.
Yeah.
But a guy comes up to you, and it's like everything works. What
Yeah.
did he do?
I think honestly, like I said, something complete for me. Again, this isn't everyone. Some girls really might love the "Damn, you looking good tonight," which we should have a conversation
Which
if you
stay
do like
away
that.
from those
yeah.
girls.
Honestly, like if like say I'm waiting for a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And someone wants, because I think that's honestly when most guys try to like slide in, is like the girl's alone now waiting for the drink, so you don't have to kind of like be embarrassed in
Vulnerable.
front
In
of
a
the
guy's mind, that situation, you are the damsel in distress.
Right, no,
Right. They
wanna
exactly.
say
You're not
it.
like
Right.
going to be turned down in front of
But
a group of
she don't wanna
girls,
be
things like
saved.
that. Another don't though. The best is like when you're on the dance floor with your friends and all of a sudden there's a
For those listening
Holy-
and not
all right,
watching,
time out.
For those listening and not watching, Ashley just went from crossed legs to legs wide open. Those are her leather leggings undoing themselves.
Remember
Do you want coconut oil? I have some Pam spray. I could probably spray on this thing.
I just show you guys.
8th grade, I used to wear windbreaker pants like every day, and you could hear me coming from a mile away.
That's like opening like a Velcro wallet at like a strip club.
40-year-old virgin. Let me get that drink for you.
Yeah.
Someone
Jeez.
DM'd me and asked how I prevent that from happening. I was like, girl, you don't. You just
don't.
do
That
it.
was a crazy sound.
Thank you. But anyways, the don't. If a girl's there, this would happen to me at the bar down by like downtown crossing, but which doesn't sound great, but it was a good bar. But
Great drinks. The
don't know
Bud Lights
what
were
to-
cold.
yeah. If a girl's dancing with her girlfriends, do not come up behind her and just start like trying to grind on her.
You wanna
Dude,
see
Well,
the
that's more of a
face first.
club, so that's like a.
don't
Were you
do
at a
it
bar?
though. I don't care where you are. Don't do that.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like
Yeah.
you
Don't
find
bump
that
and
at a
grind.
bar.
At the
like,
bar,
without
yeah, I was on the
permission.
dance floor. It was weird.
That's a ballsy play at the
Yeah.
bar, dude.
I kinda like
Very
that.
ball-
Yeah.
You gotta
What was
respect
playing?
it.
Was it Pop Lock and Drop It? You're not gonna not join in.
Well, that's the thing. We got to
Yeah.
ask what song was playing.
right. Was it the Cotton Eye Joe? Was it the Soldier Boy?
Okay, if you came in and
Was
did
it
the
a-
Cotton Eye Joe with me, I would approve that.
Where did you come
See,
from?
that's why we need to know the song.
Where did you go? Right.
Where'd
yeah,
you
what
come
was
from,
that
Cotton
bar?
Eye
It's next to
Joe?
Yeah,
the
thank you.
Chipotle in downtown
It's
Crossing.
Chipotle, for the love of God. We would live a decent life if
Yeah,
you
what
could
is it,
just
Chipotle? What was it?
wrangle it in.
That one day where you were like, I got to hit the bank. I got to go to Santander. I was like, excuse me,
Weird,
sir.
yeah,
You're like,
it's,
I go Santander.
I bank with Santander.
Santander,
All right? I don't care how they did some new branding. Now it's a crime.
Chipotle.
All right. I'll tell you my biggest. Sorry, go ahead. Were you have another
So
dump?
I was just saying though, if you're gonna slide up to a girl at the bar, then come up with a different topic that doesn't have to do with like the looks of this that. So maybe like
Catholic?
This is a
No.
TikTok tonight, just me trying everything Ashley said, like one by one. So, hey.
No way of hands in the pockets.
She's at the bar. She's at the bar. She's at
Yeah.
the bar.
Jesus.
yeah, we'll see.
Good work.
As I remember thinking back, this I know Colin will agree with me on this. From a single dude's perspective, the biggest this might be helpful too.
Right.
So most of our audience is probably right now 60% women are
Right.
listening to the show currently, somewhere in there. Same with like the following, it's like 60% chicks. Probably the biggest don't from a guy's perspective that a girl can do, if you're walking to the bar, and two things here: if she knows the bouncers, massive red
full
flag.
red flag right out of the
She
gate.
says, "What's up?" to the bouncers. Big hug, leg kicks back. Whore. All right. Oh, you might have to blurp that out. Okay. My other one here is and this depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for love, looking for a long-term relationship, if you go home and sleep with the guy, this is where it gets interesting. This is the dichotomy of being single. Ready for this?
Right.
Girl goes home with a guy, first date. Let's say she's very into him.
Yeah.
They sleep together. In her mind, she's like, oh, he probably wanted all that, which I'm sure he did.
That's crazy.
But if but the guy is thinking, if he's really looking for love, there's going to be dudes out there that just
Oh,
want
yeah.
the sex, right? If a guy is looking
The
for love
sex.
and you hook up on the first date, he's never hitting you back up.
Well, that I was
'Cause you're not
thinking-
wifing up,
I was thinking
you
the
know?
same thing, and I think for women that would be it, is thinking that, and only some, not all,
Right.
is thinking that, all right, like all guys want is sex. So if I give him sex, he's gonna like me. Well, no, if you give him sex, he's gonna take it.
Right.
That's number one.
Right.
He's gonna take it. Then if you're asking questions as to like maybe why he's not answering or stuff's not moving forward after that, guys are stupid, but we're not that stupid.
Right.
Right. So we do like,
Which puts
in the
women
guy's
in a
head, it
tough
wakes up,
seat.
and in his head, it's just like, all right, well, that was night one.
Well, I think you want to
Night
leave
one.
a little bit of curiosity too, you know, like make you
Totally.
come back for more. So like if I gave it to
course.
you all right
Totally.
away, it's
Of
like,
course.
I'll tell you what the guy's thinking that very next morning. He wakes up, sneaks out of there. Let's say he's staying at her place. He's like, if that was that easy for me, how often is that
Well,
happening?
dude, that's
You know?
the thing is like you don't have
Hoist up the red
that's-
flag.
The problem is when that guy wakes up and he looks himself in the mirror and says like, what do I have that every other guy like,
Right.
doesn't have?
Right.
Like, so if
Yeah.
it's me, it's the next guy. I won't be out next weekend.
Right.
Maybe she is, and then who knows what's happening then?
Yeah.
And if she's gonna do it with you, she'll do it with. That's where a guy's perspective kind
Well,
of
if
comes
you
into
want
play.
that, fabulous, go for it.
Exactly,
But, like,
exactly.
Right, which
It
is
depends
wrong
what
with
you're
that.
looking for.
This is only if you're complaining and you're looking for love.
Right.
If you're like going out and you're like, yeah, tequila and my legs are open.
Right.
What's up?
Right.
You know?
Well, then you get what you want. and
get
there you
what
go.
you get. Just pick up what I was putting down. The analogy was she's drunk, she wants it. More like a drive-through.
What is kind of going back? It made me think of it. You were saying what would work for me while I was at a bar.
Mm-hmm.
What has worked for you two in the past at bars? What has it
Go ahead
ever?
and take that
Well,
one.
see, this is where this is going to get weird.
I would like to know an experience where you got it actually worked for you.
What works? All right. So a lot of the times, I know you said you don't like the wave, right? A lot of times the
The
wave
wave?
works, but I don't
The wave.
just like don't look at me across the bar and just like fucking wave.
Right,
I was thinking it was the worm you were saying.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no,
well,
no, no.
I don't know why she didn't like me.
A couple more tequila shots, and we'll see how that plays
That's
out.
crazy.
Yeah, the wave sometimes actually works for me because here's the thing. I do get super nervous.
Right.
So it's not like an act. Like they'll be, oh, like Colin, go talk to that girl. Like I'm fucking scared.
Colin gets a tummy ache fast.
That's what I mean.
Okay?
Like I get super nervous.
He's
So like
6'5", but scared of the 5
they'll
foot.
just
Yes.
yeah, exactly. They'll just look and I'll look. So if we make that eye contact, I'll do the wave.
Right.
And then I play like that kind of nervous guy because I am. And I'm
Right.
just like, oh shit. And then she looked, and then I look at Kev and I'm like, she looked. And then he's like, go talk to her. And then she'll kind of do that awkward wave back, and then I'll go talk. It almost gives me like the, yeah, come over, because I'm not the guy, like you were saying. I'm not going to go just grab your ass
100%.
or just buy you a
Jesus
drink and here you
Christ.
go. Like it's,
Right.
I got to work my way in. So
Right.
I
Yeah.
see you, see me.
What's up?
Sup? If you acknowledge that, then I'm confident enough to make my move. If
Yeah.
you kind of look at me waving and like, oh shit,
Yeah.
then I'm like, okay.
Ashley
stay
didn't
away.
believe this when we first started dating. She was asking like, "Oh, what did you call and do when you go out?" We did nothing.
Yeah, it's
were the
actually
big-
it's
Colin
quite
and I
sad.
would get we would get in the Uber back home, and we'd be like, "They were fucking the shit out of us. Huh? That was crazy." Beat him off with a stick. Am I right? Meanwhile, no one's looking. Like it was
Dude,
just
me and
we were
Kyle-
the worst.
Kyle and I have that same joke. We'll just be standing at the oyster bar. We'll be like, dude, look at all these chicks just looking at us. And then I'll look at them and be like, what are we going to do about it? Absolutely nothing.
Meanwhile, it's all these like they're all in great relationships. Everyone's like,
And
no one's
everyone's
And they're actually
looking.
not looking
Yeah.
at us.
No,
You
no
know
one's
what I
ever
mean? That's-
looking,
Yeah,
no.
no,
They
they're
look
looking
at
at
the
like
oysters.
Yeah. See, this
their
is
friends behind them waving.
Yeah.
Like, look at her.
Look at those
Jesus Christ.
losers. The only I never ever had success out at a bar. This is why I said the brunch comment last time. I was like,
No.
maybe brunch works. I'm very much a practical dater. Like I'm looking for speed.
You were past tense.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Were. You know
Right.
me with speech and such. It's difficult. you
Right.
know,
But how
so
do you, all right, so how do you feel as a chick if guys want you to go up and talk to them? Where do you stand on that?
This is hilarious from Ashley's point of view because
Yeah.
she hates humans. You know.
I know.
Hates.
Well, I'm just like not the right person to ask because like I was so happily single. Like I never wanted to go on dates. I never wanted to do this stuff. So like I'm just like the bad person for this. And now I'm happily in a relationship.
Right. All right. So we'll put it like this. Then you see Kevin out.
Yeah.
You're single, and you see Kevin, and you want to talk to him. Would you wait for Kev to do it?
Dude,
would-
Kevin DM me and I didn't want to answer.
So
Never
this
mind.
is yeah.
Right.
This
So
is
no.
This is how Ashley and I work. This is why we work so great. If we always say this, if Ashley and I met out at a bar,
Yeah,
we would
wouldn't-
not be dating
no.
for sure. Like I'm
Really?
very much an apps guy. Like we met on Instagram, right? You know me. I almost hate meeting in person, right? Because I'm like the opposite of.
See, I'm the opposite of that.
I think
a
I
little bit
need to
those-
meet in person.
We had
forced conversation almost. You know, not forced conversation, but like in person, like you were saying, you have to respond right away. I think I liked that through Instagram. Like I could have taken 10 minutes to think about what
Yeah.
I wanted to say.
Right.
You don't have
But
that
not
time.
everyone's like
where-
that.
have
Like
that.
We had my twin sister on last episode.
Yep.
She is the opposite. Hates the apps. Would rather meet in person.
I think it's an in-person thing.
You know,
though. You
and I'm
gotta,
the
you gotta
opposite.
experience like being with that
Yeah,
person.
but think
and be
about
like, can
I put it this way, right? Finding your partner in life is very much like sales. And sales, the more cold calls I make, the more texts I send, the more emails I send. Let's say I got to get to.
so how many texts?
Hold on now, hold
Here
on.
we go.
This is
Here we
about
go.
your sales, and you got to hit your quota. Good Lord. But think about it. Like if your goal is to hit a home run, aka finding love,
Yeah.
you got to. How many times are you going to swing the bat?
So
you
for
know?
me, with the apps, for me, it's like I don't want, not like, because it's not for everybody. Everybody has
totally.
their own story. Like my
Right.
sister,
And
she's
it all
married. They
works.
met on like Bumble or something. And she's married. They're having a kid. They're doing great.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Erica and Max. How you doing?
Congratulations. on everything.
So they met on the app. So I have nothing.
Yeah.
For me personally, I think when I have kids and that's all set, I want my story to be like I don't want it to be
Totally.
I met online. So I want
Yeah.
it. I want to tell my kids and my girl like, oh, this is what. That's why when I fell in love, well, I didn't fall in love, but I really liked Hot Kristen, and she's not gonna watch. So it doesn't matter.
She's
not
the
gonna-
first viewer.
She's not gonna watch.
Yeah, wow.
And remember how she came up?
Totally.
I was working at Loco, and she walked past me, and she was like, "You are really handsome." And I was like, "Oh, like it wasn't like it was. Yeah,
That
it
one,
wasn't
yeah,
like
rocks
oh,
Colin's
like,
world.
you're hot or you're sexy, or like if a guy
Yeah.
goes up to a girl, oh, you're so sexy. Or,
Yeah.
It was nothing like that. She was just like, "You're really handsome,"
Yep.
and then just kept going. And then it was Kyle who like nudged me. She was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Get a freaking number,"
Yeah.
which I did. She ended up breaking my heart. Not a problem.
You
Either
know,
way,
I think it all works. I
Yeah.
really do. I think
It-
in person works. The apps
Yeah.
work. I just think from a I think from like a sales mind, like you could in a night. Think about it in a night.
Very analytical you are.
Well, no, think about this. Think about in a night. Ready for this? I think this will really hit home here. In a night, realistically, you'll talk to, and it's like a Mad Libs in your head insert. You'll talk to maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 6 chicks.
Maybe 1.
See?
Maybe 1.
And so then compared to like say Instagram or Hinge or any of the dating apps, you could in the same night, let's say you stayed home that
15.
night. You could message 15. In the sales world, they call that a prospect, you know? And to get the deal closed one, aka like go on a date, like fall in love, that's 15 individuals you have not talked to, and you have 15 leads compared to the one you only spoke to.
Where my mind goes, it goes to the chick. I don't want my future wife to just be
a prospect.
15
the way you're saying
dudes
this
just
isn't really
No. But think about it.
You know what I mean? Just like, oh, well, I got this guy. That is why I got this guy. No.
No, I get that.
As a chick,
I get that.
Maybe it's different. I don't know.
Totally.
Maybe we don't get into all that. But like, it's... I don't know. I think everyone has that preference.
Totally.
So if it's online and that's your thing, then that's fine. Like I said, that's how my sister met her husband.
Yeah. And I
so
think
you can't deny it.
I'm starting to see too, like most of our DMs are filled with people that, which is weird. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, if you said you met online, that was like
It was
taboo.
a little taboo, yeah.
Think about now when you hear stories even out.
Well, if
how'd
you
guys
don't meet online, it's kind of taboo.
It almost has done
You
a
spoke in
180. It
person?
almost really has done a 180. If you,
Crazy.
Like I really admire what you just said about you want your story to be you meet the love of your life in person.
Yeah.
Because like we just said, I really think if we were to we should put a poll out there is what we should do. I really bet the vast majority of couples dating right now met on some sort of app. Mostly
for
probably being
sure. For
Instagram,
sure.
Hinge. But I like that. Like I do like it's so funny when you say meet in person, I go like old Western. Like Colin kicks open the double entry doors. He's got his gun red hot, belts it, whistles at the bartender. He
The whole
slides a
bar
beer
just
over.
like evacuates.
Yeah. It's one lady who's like laying on a piano who's like, I'm glad you finally found me.
Yeah.
You know? To me, that's what meeting in person sounds like in my head, you know?
Well,
That's so
I know.
funny.
It gets crazy, dude.
Yeah.
But you know how it is at the bars. Which this is it's a great segue, but it's not really that big of a segue. Is in a relationship, being as you guys are in a relationship, nobody wants to talk about it, but everyone wants to know. Okay, how long in a relationship do you go before you lay that first fart, or you comfortably take that first shit? And here's the thing: this sounds a little taboo because every guy thinks the same thing. You're staying at the girl's place, couple dates go by, maybe the
stomach
first
aches.
little sleepover, date number 3.
Yep.
That 1 a.m. stomach ache hits you, and you got to suck it up.
And you and I both suffer from IBS.
Well, yeah.
We'll drink water and we'll be like,
Glass of water. Get
rage
me
is
out
on
of
it.
here.
Dude, I'll tell you a great story. Ash and I meet. We've probably been on 4 dates at this point. We're having a date at my place. First time coming over the apartment.
Right.
We're
One
having
bathroom.
One bathroom.
Right.
We're watching a movie. We're watching Black Hawk Down, of course. My favorite movie on the planet, Black Hawk Down.
Classic Kev.
So you know me, I'm very, I'm beat red in the face. I'm nervous around
Right.
her still.
Probably, which all causes a stomach ache.
For sure.
All those things that you're mentioning.
So I am like, my cheeks are like the Hoover Dam. I am puckering. Nothing's getting past it, you know? But we're starting to get to the point that we've been now hanging out for probably 4 hours, 5 hours. You hold in enough
We
gas
probably went
like
to
that.
dinner before that.
Right,
too,
but this is
so,
date
I
number.
mean,
This is probably, what was the Black Hawk Down date? Movie date? Probably 6, 7?
Okay.
We were into it.
Which is
Yeah.
what, like a little over a month?
Probably over a month into it. Maybe 3 weeks. 2-3 weeks.
You guys went pretty hard, pretty quick.
So get this. So we're sitting there, Black Hawk Down's playing. I've seen the movie 1,000 times.
Right.
True story. True story. I go, hey, I'm just going to quickly go to the bathroom real quick. Because I know in 2 seconds, massive gunfights coming. Massive. There's going to be RPGs, grenades going off. There's going to be screaming, yelling,
Right.
helicopters flying, tanks firing. So I'm like, oh, I'm good to go here. You know what this one does? I am now up off the couch. I'm walking to the restroom. I hear her go, oh, I'll pause it. I know it's your favorite movie. So now
I'm so polite.
now I'm no joke in the and I'm awkward
Now
at that
you hear
stage.
the shower go on.
Yeah. Dude, so I go, yeah. So I go in the restroom and I have one of those where, and everyone's experienced this. When you go to the bathroom, you sit down and it feels like an atomic bomb coming out of your
but it
southern
only happens
border.
in like dire situations like that. Only when a chick is in your house.
And so you're only really letting off little squeaks here, but each squeak is rattling the bowl. And it got to a point where I'm letting it off and I think I'm 007. It's a little...
Right. Pull the silencer. Pew, pew.
Cheeks are spread. Literally, they're chilling on the left and right side of the bowl. Cheeks are wide open.
Air.
Yeah, it's just balloon knot and water. That's all the bowl's seeing. I'm letting out little... and I all of a sudden hear Ashley laugh, which then makes me laugh. And it releases... It releases the bowl, water's on my ass. So it was from that moment on. I leave, I come out of the bathroom.
I think that's love.
She's in tears.
That.
That's what I think. I walked back from the bathroom in slow motion. She's on the couch laughing, and the song playing in my head is "At Last, My Love."
That I was looking on the couch. She's just glowing. You're like,
she was dying laughing, and that was the first fart.
That was, you
first everything, diarrhea, poop.
I remember my first toot, not toot, I still haven't tooted in front of you.
She hasn't tooted in front of me still.
No, my
Can't
first, number 2 though, telling you.
Oh yeah, tell this story.
We were in Maine.
Here we go.
And we were at this like house party, I guess. I don't know what to call it. And I had to go to the bathroom and there was like, I didn't know these people, the house, nothing. And there's like a bunch of people there. So I like turned to him like, you have to take me back to the house. And he's like, what? And I was like, you have to take me back to the house.
And we're like newly dated.
Yeah,
right.
we're like pretty.
I was like, the party's not really over.
It was like my first time at their main house. So like, not only am I telling him I have to go number 2, I now his whole family has to know I'm going number 2 because they're like,
small
why are you
little
guys
cabbage,
leaving?
little cabin. Jesus
And the best part of it though was like, so I'm like slightly embarrassed and I'm like walking back to the car as if like, oh my God, like he's gonna break up with me after this. Like I can't believe this is happening. Because mind you, I was also in an 8-year relationship before Kevin, and that kid never knew I went. He was one of those kids who were like, oh, girls don't poop. Yeah.
What an idiot.
Am I right?
So we get in the car to drive back to the main house, and there's a lady in the back seat.
So
now I'm freaking out, and I have to poop.
We're gonna drop her off first.
We're on an island in Maine, right? And then we're like the 5th generation. This is like this little cabin.
It's like
it's barely
perfect. It's
like
amazing.
my great grandmother sucked off a guy to get the land. Wow. And I think made him like a PB&J sandwich. She's like, here's 2 acres.
Right.
That's how she got the house in 1702.
Well, it makes sense.
We then since built this little, it's literally smaller than this room, right?
Yeah.
So we're up there. It's like my family's like all of their friends. Yeah, and we're driving this beat up minivan. This lady's sleeping, passed out in the back of the van. Because up there you don't lock your doors.
Right.
And I'm, like,
So we're at this
stressed,
barn party. There's like a bonfire and a band. And yeah, at homegirl, it's like, I gotta go. Like, we gotta take me out of here. There's this woman, Irene, who's 800 years old.
We
in the
never
back.
found her. She wandered into the woods. Never
I'm
found
sure
her.
she's fine.
It was like 3 years ago.
That's
So, yeah.
Those stories.
So we were
are the
probably, I would say it's easily anywhere past 4 or 5 dates, at least for the guy.
worst. 4 or 5 days.
If you haven't passed
because the
gas,
thing is,
then
this
it's
is
over.
what the guys do stress about this. I'll be
Yeah.
the one to say
Oh,
it. They
yeah.
really do.
Totally.
Like stay at my place. That's fine. Yeah, cool. And you're literally like, I'm not eating before I go there. I'm not nothing because I don't want to start anything.
I'll hit you with another one. Taking your shoes off around them.
Wait, I had another story for the last one.
That was
that's a tough one too.
right.
Taking your shoes off one.
So we'll go back to your story in a second too. But for me, I move a lot. I'm a mover, and that creates sweat, and that sweat lands in my
smell
shoes
bad.
from my feet.
But if you wear your shoes in your own house, though,
Yeah,
you wear your shoes in your own house?
I never take them off.
Kevin wakes up at 8. Well, before 8 a.m. obviously, but
Never
Kevin
take
wakes
them
up before he even like puts clothes on. He has his shoes on.
I literally
It's
would
like
put
that.
shoes on the moment I wake up.
it's like that scene out of Friends with Benefits with Justin Timberlake and Mila
Oh my
Kunis,
God,
where they're
the
like having
socks.
sex and he's in the shower.
Yeah,
he's got
yeah.
socks on.
Yeah.
Still. It's just something with feet.
That's Kevin
something,
with the shoes.
Yeah, that's
something
me.
with feet. Though.
Don't like my feet. Not a big fan. Feet are a little weird to me. I put shoes on damn near before my jeans.
Yeah,
Right,
literally.
Sleeps in them. You just see
Yeah.
these little Nikes
Yeah.
hanging out the bed.
Yeah, exactly. You had another poop story, I believe.
Our first date. So of course, Chama Kevin over here takes me to the beach for my first date.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is like we're 4 months into COVID. So Ashley over here hasn't worked out in 4 months. I was eating cheese and wine every night for dinner. So I'm like, oh my God, this kid's going to see me in a bikini for the first time. So I took laxatives before our first date.
Ballsy play.
Yeah. Thought they would all be out.
How time frame?
Yeah.
You took the laxatives.
Oh, the night before.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you I'm going out with Kev. Let me take these before.
Down
Yeah.
these.
So I take
Ballsy.
them. I'm looking nice and flat for the beach. And it was wicked funny, though, because we're sitting on our beach chairs, and it's the hottest day, I think, ever to have existed. And Kevin's like, okay, I'm going to run in the water. You want to come? And I was so scared to stand up because I didn't know if,
Really?
I was going to be done. So I don't think I've ever gotten so much color and sweat in my life. I'm like, no. He's like, you don't want any water? I'm like, no.
And that was the day where I packed the warm Italian subs.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I can't eat this.
You'll love it.
That sounds like love, though.
It is.
Yeah.
I think that's when you know. If you can't fart in front of your significant other, can you trust them?
Dude, what was that? What was that night, Colin? You'll remember. There was your mom picked us up after a dance,
Oh,
and it was
yeah.
it was
8th grade dance.
It was me, you, Steve, Zach, Colleen, Felicia, Rachel. Literally, as many little kids as you could fit in a minivan.
Yeah.
We got in there.
Yeah.
And what happened was we would go to the dances and just get a sugar high off of
7-Up.
orange sodas and 7-Up. So we would have 15 drinks
Yep.
of just soda. So my stomach was on fire. The whole dance, I was on the toilet. Kev's throwing wet paper towels at me. It was horrible. And then Jan picks us up. And then we get in the car and it's Colleen, Felicia, Rachel. So I'm like, all right, be cool. And my stomach was on fire, dude.
I'm shaking,
We made it home
Colin.
in the nick of time. And all I remember is just Jan turning the corner with her
Cookies.
chocolate chip cookies. Colin, you want a cookie? Not
best
down,
cookie.
Jan. And just go straight in that. And your bathroom was right off the
Right off the
kitchen.
kitchen.
Which
Right
everyone
off the
was hanging
kitchen.
out in.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that was 7th grade and I still can remember
Yeah.
it like it was
Traumatized,
yesterday.
obviously,
It
yeah.
really is.
Totally.
Sorry.
It is, because I thought, I was like, this kid, no one's going to talk to me after this.
Like, is
Mrs.
ACDC
Scooty's
here?
gonna tell
Why
me
is
to
it so
leave.
loud in here? It's Colin blowing up the
Colin, you might
toilet.
as well just go home.
That's a
I
real
called your
thing.
mother, said you weren't feeling good.
Yeah.
Pick you up.
Yeah, on the house phone.
Yeah.
So no, it's
Please
real.
don't do
That
that.
bathroom, though, is a tricky spot. I think our second date now
tough.
is the pool at his house.
Oh, yeah. There you
And
go.
once again, took laxatives.
Oh, whoa.
So I'm on my way over.
Drug addict.
I know. I've stopped since then.
Christ.
And so on my way up to the pool, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to go. So now I'm like, well, I can't go in his house. I've
And
never
you're
been to
all
the
wet,
house
too.
yet.
That's the worst.
Slipping and
So my
sliding.
aunt thankfully lives 5 minutes down the road, so I stopped there.
Someone lives within, poop
Always.
distance. Every
Italian.
time you have to go.
Italians, we got family everywhere.
She's connected like that.
Visiting the in-laws. Thank God my aunt was a stone's throw
She
down
passes
the road.
my house to drive to an in-laws.
Yeah.
Imagine just kicking open your aunt's house.
It's so funny. She's like, why are you here? And I was like, oh.
I would have done the same
I
thing.
gotta
No,
use
first
your
time meeting
restroom.
the in-laws, you
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah, it's
Can't
tough.
do that.
But
That is,
thank God, though, I did that because that bathroom outside the kitchen is also on the deck to the pool.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd just be sitting there, and then you look by, there's the window and
You got
Jim.
people knocking on two sides here.
Hey, get out of here.
Thank God I
This
stopped.
is.
Oh, that's
I think
good.
that's key though. That's when you know it's real. When you
Yeah.
can poop in front of the other.
Right.
You know?
So
When you
about
beat yourself.
so to answer the question, what 1 month?
Probably I'd give it a month.
1 month for
month.
a comfortable shit.
Which I think.
I think if you've done the naughty, you can do it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that.
In my head, the naughty's like a beautiful mosaic art piece, and then there's
In my
me
head,
on
the
the
naughty
toilet.
is
Simultaneously.
Well, obvious. That's a Blumpkin, honey. No one's doing that
My
here.
head, the naughty is
Right.
getting a stomach ache first date. That is
Yeah.
naughty.
Well, you just figure naughty's so beautiful and great, and then you figure what we then do in the bathroom is so horrific and should not be spoken in human words.
Right.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think it's. I know both our parents listen to this, but I think we banged several times before I went to the bathroom in front of you.
Wow. Well, yeah, naturally.
Naturally.
'Cause you can't do it. You can't do it the first.
You can't.
Even if you say it would have been okay, there would have been something somewhere in you that was like, "Is this kid
This is not
is this
okay.
kid serious?"
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think girls also feel a little differently about it because we're a little bit more mature. Where guys are like, girls poop.
No, we know girls poop.
This is the
do girls fuck?
Yeah, this is episode whatever. Girls poop too. That's what this one's called.
Oh my god, ridiculous.
Love that we can
jeez.
talk about
I think
this,
that's
right?
good. I think that's a good do's and don'ts.
Well, I think the fact that we could have a full blown podcast about this says that
Yeah.
you guys are in a great spot
think we're in a good
in your
spot.
relationship.
High
I
five.
think you guys are
we're
doing
in a good
great.
spot. We're in a good spot.
One
You
day,
know?
I'm gonna go out tonight and be like, with a stomach ache, be like, come with me.
Can't do it.
All right, I'm
No
done.
go.
Look at me.
That's, you know, it's real. When you just be yourself around your significant other.
Right,
you know?
IBS and all.
IBS and all. That's how you know. That's how you know it's love. You know?
Love it.
We did this last episode too. I think it's only appropriate to do this with Colin as well.
Hands where I can see
What's
him, sir.
what's your ideal? What's your type, man? If someone sees you out and they're like, "Ooh, I check off boxes X, Y, and Z. I have a shot with Colin." What's your type?
Ideal type. Got to have a great relationship with your father.
Okay.
Number
Wow,
one.
I like
and
that.
your mother, obviously.
Right.
But I want to know that you and your father
Are good.
are good.
Right.
You'll get the world, but don't expect the world. Kind of
love that.
deal. And someone who's just cool with super casual, because we mentioned this on the pod previously. Like you'll get the bougie dates and this, that.
Right.
Super cash, because you know me. Jesus Christ. Applebee's 2 for $25 entrees.
You mean you don't want to go to the 99?
Right.
Right.
Well, that's a red flag for me.
Right.
So pretty much, if you don't want to go to the nines, then
Get out of here.
I'll see you.
Yeah. I like that. All right, that's good.
That's really sweet.
Close family relationships. Loves
Yes,
the 99.
That's number one.
Is brunette, is tan skin, ideally speaks a second language. English being their second language. I know
Look at
Colin's
you.
type.
You know me all too well. Get out of here. Get out of my head.
Every time I talk to Colin be like, talking to a girl, she's Egyptian?
If that's what you want to call it.
Every freaking time.
I know. There's a type.
We have a type.
I know.
You know?
I know. We'll see.
That's it. This
You
is
know.
love.
Let's go to welcome.
My type's sitting right there, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the No Limits Podcast. Love ya.